Okay, anyways, hello everyone, I'm Strudel. I'll be playing Ultimate Spider-Man. Unfortunately, things are going too fast. There will be times that I just can't explain in detail what's happening, so I'll maybe try to explain that later. So, without further ado, let me just say that this game used to be canon to the Ultimate Spider-Man comic series until they actually adapted the story of this game uh, into the comics, and they didn't do a good job in it, as far as I've heard. So let's see. Let's hope things go well. Okay, so countdown in 3, 2, 1, go. So first thing, I'm doing a punch, kick, punch combo. Then I'm gonna do it again. Gonna dodge his attack. Gonna do it again, and let's go to the next section. I'm gonna be mashing the triggers really fast for this bar thingy, and this allowed me to skip the flee animation. I was currently inside Venom's body, and I managed to escape from his body that way. Okay, the fight went on.
Time for a little workout.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, I'm doing a wall run,
Just have to jump up
then
there.
wall jump afterwards. I don't have my web shooters at the moment,
Sure, it breaks the laws of physics.
so I'm relying on these wall runs and wall jumps until I receive them. And web shooters. This is web zip. You shoot a web in front of you and you pull yourself forward. It's pretty fast, but swinging is still faster. So to swing, you have a climb button and you have a boost button. You want to hold the climb button all the time, and you want to hit the boost button right as you're about to release your swing. If you do it correctly, you get a massive boost, which is unintentional. Combine that with a double jump and you get an even more insane boost. So here's a joke fight against, this is Shocker. All you do is you stay close to him and you web him before he shoots at you. And now I'm fighting these guys. I'm webbing them down before I receive a message that tells me how to web them down. And now I'll try to knock this guy out of bounds, because that immediately kills them, but I managed to kill him manually. Yeah, so Spidey has to pin down enemies to beat them. Otherwise they get up and get all their health back. Now that this is done, it's time to start the tutorial race against Johnny Storm. If you don't know, in the comics, Johnny and Spidey has some sort of bromance between them. So they have these friendly races in the game. This is the only race that I'll do in this run. At least the only race against Johnny. Okay, quick thing I wanna say is, no, I haven't played Spider-Man for PS4. The latest game I played in the series is Web of Shadows. So after this race, you will get messages about city goals. To progress the story in Ultimate Spider-Man, you have to complete some city goals, which involve completing more races, completing combat tours, collecting tokens, and doing some random city events, which involve saving people, carrying them to the hospital, or saving them from falling down, or stopping crime. Now I'm about to finish the race. Alright, I'll enter another race before I receive some message boxes, and I do it so so easily. So this race, it's very straightforward. Here's a move called Swing Cancel. If you're on foot and you're pressing the swing button, Spidey will do a fast jump. You can cancel that by double jumping before Spidey shoots a web, so you get to maintain the momentum you received from the leap. And here was the first token I collected. And here's the first city event. And now I can continue to the next mission of the story. About races, you can get medals depending on how well you performed. You get either bronze, silver, gold, or ultimate. They don't matter. You can collect only bronze medals and still complete the game 100%. But getting better medals just mean that you're good in this game. So I need to go to the Daily Bugle, where the next mission starts, but what I'm doing is death warp. Depending when you die, where you die, you are warped into one of 3 places. This is one of them. So now let's do the Venom mission. Venom can't swing like Spidey, instead he has these Hulk jumps that are very high. Also, Venom cannot constantly loses health because the Venom suit drains his energy, so he must feed on people. If you played Spider-Man 2, you know there are these annoying balloon missions, so this is a revenge on all those balloon missions. It was worth the waste of time. Venom has 2 kinds of attacks. He has tentacle attacks, which have great range, and he has punches or claws, if you want to say that. It deals double damage, but the range is pretty weird. You can also do jump attacks that deal the same damage as punches. Now here's the boss fight against Wolverine. I'm jumping to this spot and now I'm pushing him against the wall, and by doing a specific combo I can keep him locked forever and he will stay there until the next phase of the fight. The combo is just 3 tentacle attacks and then 2 claw attacks. Alright, now I'm supposed to mash fast, but I'm not mashing because I'm letting him throw me. It's faster, I guess, and now the fight is about to end. Now I'll grab this token and I'll wait for the next city event. This is a falling person, I can tell by the dot on the map. And they are as simple as it gets. You just grab them and you put them down in a safe place. So there are 3 types of tokens that you can collect. I only collect comic book tokens or cover tokens because I want to get only one message for this type of tokens. Before I continue the story, I'm doing this quick race. Green spheres mean that you need to stand on the ground of the checkpoint. Blue just mean that you go through it. Just touch the sphere and you're good to go. Now this is a combat tour. You just deal with waves of enemies from each gang. Now there's a mechanic in this. The way that combat works for Spidey is that he has a punch move and a kick move, and by constantly changing between punches and kicks, Spidey deals more damage in every hit. And then you can finish the combo with wall bounces. And not only that, you can also constantly change targets, which also helps you deal more damage in every hit. There's a mechanic, or a glitch, that I call early stacking. What you do is, before you hit the first target, you already push the control stick towards a different target, so you trick the game into thinking that you've already changed targets. so the game gives you the damage boost. So now that I'm done with the combat tour, I'm waiting for more city events. They appear at random, but I found out that the city events can pop faster if you spread the other city goals throughout the whole story. This is Shocker again. Shocker blocks most of your normal attacks, so instead of waiting for him to receive the hits, there was a city event that immediately disappeared. So instead of waiting for him to receive the attack, I just spam wall bounces because he doesn't block these. Alright, another city event done, and now let's continue the story.
Breaking news from
This mission also acts as a tutorial. You're about to fight Rhino here,
Hang on.
but first you need to save the people from danger. I'll try to grab this guy in the air,
Just need to pick him up.
but I failed. So as you see, if I grab him on ground, he does this animation which is long and tedious. However, if you grab people in the air, you immediately grab them without any animation. In those mashing tests, you only need to point the arrow to the green area.
Thank you. Hurry up before the cops get here.
Alright, I failed the early stacking,
I feel all
and but it doesn't matter. Just a few more hits.
maybe I'm worried about nothing. Maybe it's just the worst parking garage attendant ever. There's a woman trapped under that car. Well, that's no good at all.
Help us! Hey! Help! Oh no!
The people in there will burn alive if I don't get that car out of there. Everybody out!
Now we get to see Rhino. You're supposed to follow him into the building, but I'm jumping over it to get to the next area quicker.
Oh no, he's about to fall. I guess there's no such thing as a slow day when you're a big-time superhero.
Now let's see. Now you get to see some thugs that Rhino will or will not run over.
Got a guy dressed up like
Sometimes he
How about that, huh?
rams over them all. This time he didn't ram into a single one. No worries. So now it's time to fight him. But first, what I'm doing is I'm grabbing his back and just bugging him until he decides to attack me. I lure him to punch this concrete. Now I'm hitting him with this boulder. Now he has this giant hole on his back, which will be his which will be an opening, his weak spot. It will be his weak spot. So this fight goes like this. He goes berserk, attacks you all around until he cools down and you can grab on him. Before I grab him, I let him do another punch. That allows me to squeeze 5 or 6 more hits per cycle. Now before he continues the cycle, I immediately grab a wall because it skips some animations. And all of that is done for preparations for the 4th cycle, which is the 4th cycle is shorter. You can hit him less times, so you have to deal enough damage in the first 3 cycles, and hopefully I will manage to finish the fight in 4 cycles. See? Alright, final cycle. I'm jumping away, that triggers him to immediately start ramming into me. Otherwise he does this animation, he roars at you. Anyways, 3 rams, he cools down. I don't think that's enough to finish him now. Okay, that was enough. Sometimes you get to stay on his back after he falls down. So it's possible to finish the fight in 1 cycle. I don't know how to do it. At least not consistently. I have no idea why this happens. Not a city event, and by the map I can already tell that it's a falling person.
I swear this whole city would fall apart if it wasn't for me.
Please don't hurt me. Booyah! Spider-Man!
The criminal held his bag, and I gave him back. I gave him the bag back. Sometimes there's a glitch that the bag is glitched out of the scene, so you can't complete the city event. Now it's time to do another death warp. Now for another Venom mission. You just have to beat those soldiers, and you have to beat a different number in each area. Here you need to beat 9. So that was 2, 4, 7, and 9. No, that was 9, Travis. Okay, for here you need to kill 8 or 9. That's 6. So 1. Here you need 12, I think. I usually lose count from this way. I use. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? That 12, that's 12. Because of my bad movement, I didn't manage to grab the car in time. If you grab the car in time while the soldiers are still in it, they all count as kills. So there were 3 soldiers in that car, so I would have gotten 3 more kills. From this point I'm losing count. I think you need 14 or 15 here. Here you also need 14 or 15. Here I'm able to chain some jump attacks. I don't know when this works. All I do is I just mash the attack button hard enough and hopefully I get to chain those attacks. From this point, if you're good enough at this game, you can finish this level without eating people. Normal pedestrians give you more health than soldiers for some reason. Alright, let's see if I can grab this car. No, I can't, because I suck. That was 5. But I don't remember how many you need to kill here. If I die anywhere in this mission, I have to restart it all over again. This is the last wave. Hopefully I don't die. If I see that I'm about to die, I'll just eat people. Alright. No feeding on people. Now Spidey received an additional attack to his combos. So now I'm entering another combat tour. From the same gang, of the same gang from the tutorial. There's not much to say here, I just beat them and web them down. Here's a token. As I said earlier, I spread the token collection and the race collection and every other city goal. I spread it throughout the whole run. That allows me to manipulate the city events, the random city events, to appear faster for some reason. I can knock him down into the water and it instantly kills him, but the setup for that is a bit hard, so it's not worth it in my opinion. I'm waiting for some city events that refuse to happen. Please. Anything? Okay, finally. It's a gang war. Yeah. Depending on the number of enemies in the screen, you may don't want to deal with that. No, you always want to deal with that, but you don't want to avoid it on purpose. You just pray that you get it. You don't get too many enemies at once. There's a token here. There's a city event here. Shocker again. So just chain wall bounces and he will be defeated in no time. Did something happen? Anyways, now I'm fighting Venom again. I'm doing wall bounces, 4-hit combo, chained with wall bounces, and then I back off. If you stay close to Venom for too long, Spidey will get his head hurt, he will get a headache, which will stun him, and Venom will try to eat Spidey. Alright, that was a perfect fight. This race is pretty easy. Just swing cancel to this checkpoint and then you jump to each checkpoint. It's pretty straightforward, nothing much to say. Adding a small swing to trying to optimize the race. Now I'm heading back to Queens over the bridge. No, that wasn't a good web zip. Let's see if I can get it now. I don't want to do city events on the other side of the bridge because I'm afraid to get a hospital city event, which will lead me into nowhere. Basically, I will be far from where I want to be. Another falling person. If he's surrendered by some thugs, you don't have to deal with those thugs. All you need to do is to rescue the falling person. 10 tokens, I'll remember that. Now I'm doing a save warp. Hopefully the game won't crash. It didn't. Um, Depending on where you are in the story, when you load a save file, you spawn in different locations. Here, when you save at this point of the story, you load yourself in on the Bugle's roof. No spoilers about Homecoming. I haven't watched it yet. Please. By the way, this is the weakest gang in the game. There are 4 gangs in total. I will be only dealing with 3. If you haven't noticed, you can move during the fade-in when you enter a combat tour. But you need to know where to move. This combat tour, by the way, is of a gang, of the second strongest gang in the game. That's it. I'm only doing 1 combat tour for this game. Once again, I'm constantly changing targets because it makes me deal more damage. Which, by the way, that's how Spidey's fighting style is described in the comics. So I say they made a good job at mimicking Spidey's fighting style into the game.
You can't just hit people.
This was the best vacation ever.
This area is far from everything in the story, but I'm gonna save warp back to the Daily Bugle, so this is no problem.
Oh, you guys.
This guy is Boomerang. You deal with him just like how you deal with Shocker. Just chain wall bounces, and that's it. Alright, let's see if the game will crash now. This is more likely to happen now. No, it didn't. That's great, I guess.
This is a bad.
Now in this electoral chase, it tends to stop at certain points or certain spots and just burst. Right now I managed to skip the first explosion or burst. I call it explosion. I don't know exactly how to skip that. Here I skipped another one. 2 out of 3 so far. What I'm doing is I'm trying to reach to the spot where he is about to explode before him, and I'm trying to hit him before he enters that spot. It doesn't always work. I'm not sure what is the real reason that he skips some explosions. It's important during chases to stay close to the target you're chasing, because they have rubber banding. That means that they will move they will move slower if you're far away from them, and vice versa. So stay close to him to make him move faster. Alright, 3 skips so far.
What do you know? The freak can play keep up. Let's see how you like this. You're gonna die, Brock. Die. Ooh, getting close.
Every skip saves about 7 to 8 seconds. I want at least 4, which is what I got now.
The freak can play keep up.
The highest number of skips I managed to get in a single chase is 8.
Next stop.
This is where most casual players fail. Don't fall off the building too fast, because you'll fail the mission because you're too far away from it. If you haven't noticed, there's a distance meter
Thought this was a
on
chase.
top of the screen.
They can walk in the park.
Now drop here slowly, then jump to the next spot.
Come on. Get it in gear.
Alright, 5 skips. Can I get 6 skips? I usually get them. I get them both, or I get none of them. 14 tokens, I'll remember that.
Freak. You're not bad.
Alright, now it's time to fight him. The first phase is pretty straightforward. Oh, by the way, Spidey is lying here unconscious. Electro wants to kill him, but Venom literally called dibs.
Charge.
Now I'm destroying these signs because in the next phase of the fight he will use those to recharge. But if I destroy them in time, just won't recharge. He will instantly lose.
Kill the spider. This is great.
Exactly, Thermal. Dibs is dibs.
You're gonna pay for that.
Now it's about to explode.
You're gonna die, Brock.
Alright, time for the next phase. I wanna get next to a card, that's good. Now is pure electricity. So what you're doing is you throw a card at him, the camera will automatically aim at Electro when you throw the card.
No.
You want to knock him into the exploding car you just threw, by the way.
Well, this is no good.
Alright, this fight was super good. Now I'm doing another race. Fun fact, Rhino's damage in the city actually affected the city. This checkpoint had an obstacle in it until this point. Now the city is fixed, so you don't see it. Another ultimate medal, easy peasy. Now can I get city events that don't instantly disappear?
You're a big step down.
Wait. No, I didn't carry a bag. Alright, the green light indicates that you're about to chase a car. So what you do is you land on top of it and start just damaging it while you're dodging the thug's bullets. He shoots from the left, so I'm dodging with the control stick to the right. Don't worry, I have a plan. Alright, let's move on. Now I'm about to chase Beetle. I'm looking forward for the race between for the 40 token race. Yeah, exactly, of Toy Story 2 between Strudel and Thermal. I heard they're pretty good at this game. Anyways, I'm just rescuing these people. Then I'm off to chase Beetle again. The game expects you to. I grabbed him on foot. The game expects you to swing through the tunnel, but instead I can just. I remember the shape of the tunnel in my head, so I can just web zip on top of the tunnel from above it. By the way, if you fall into the water, you instantly fail the mission.
Now I'm talking to myself.
There may be a glitch that makes Beetle to go really slow. So depending on when that happens, I may just quit the game or quit the mission and restart it, or just wait it out until he.
Pretty nice.
Hang on tight. Not that tight. All right, you flying pile of repression. Again with the flying. Let me guess. I'm gonna get near you, and then you're gonna fly.
Was interrupted. Anyways, so in case Beetle decides to go super slow, I'll probably at this point just wait until he decides to go fast again. Hello? Yeah, don't outrun Beetle because he waits for you at certain spots. If you outrun him, he will just wait for you forever. You're supposed to be behind him.
You understand I am the Spider-Man, right? I'm famous and everything.
Did anyone notice how many tokens did I grab? No? Okay. Anyways, I'm waiting here in advance.
Oh no. Hold on, I've got you.
Oh my, thank you.
You get someplace safe, okay? You okay in there?
Interrupted again. Anyways, Peter, please go to the stream in the link. Watch me there.
Hey,
Um,
be honest. Do you think this costume...
Okay, so far so good. He didn't slow down. That's good. I'm just casually swinging above the traps. It's pretty funny. Alright, say hello to Peter. He actually found a cool trick. Anyway, in this fight, I'm knocking him inside the construction site. And now I'm trying to chain as many wall bounces as I can. Wall bounces deal more damage than jump attacks. Be careful from the explosion. If I'm able, I'll even try to combo him with ground combos.
You know, I'm beginning to take this personally.
Alright, that's enough damage. Now I'm just waiting for him to run away.
I think it's a little girly.
Hopefully I didn't glitch him out because that's a bit more than he needs to take. Okay, he wasn't glitched out. Alright, now for the final combat tour that I'm doing for this run. Again, I'm fighting the weakest gang. Nothing else to say. Alright, I'm done with all the combat tours. Now I'm heading back to Queens really quick because once again I don't want to do the city events on the other side of the bridge, because I don't want to risk a hospital carry which will take me into nowhere basically. This event is fine, it's not the best. A lot of enemies, but that's okay. You're supposed to free those guys, but who cares? Boomerang again. Alright, now let's head back to Peter's house and continue the story. Alright, this is Silver Sable. She's pretty strong, she's pretty annoying. So the way you fight her is you can hit her up to 3 times, then she's knocked back. Then you need to wait for her to recover from her iframes. If you attempt to immediately attack her again, she will just have her iframes forever and the fight will drag on forever. So time your attacks right. You could instead try to do punches, but I'm not really good in that because they have weird range. I don't really like using punches. So I'm throwing cars and I hope she will get hit by the explosions. No, she still has her iframes. The fight didn't go that well. Please. Alright. Now I'm being chased by her soldiers. I need to kill a random number of soldiers and then head to the next section. 4 in total. I didn't read what Peter said, but thanks, Peter. Okay, so the funny thing about this game, the draw distance is terrible, and the way the game despawns enemies is by killing them, apparently. So in theory, I still don't know how to manipulate that, but you could manipulate the game to just despawn the soldiers and head towards your destination while the game is killing the soldiers for you. Now these are helicopters, they chase you. You can destroy them by either hitting them with jump attacks or throwing cars at them. As you see, they don't always connect. Now I need to feed on people. Ooh, you shouldn't die, you shouldn't die. If I die, I have to restart the chase again. No, 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 no. This is very dangerous now. Okay, I'm better. Alright, I have to play safe here. I hope this is enough. Alright. This section went very terribly. Hopefully the next two sections will not go as badly. But I still need to feed on pedestrians. As I said before, they give you more health than soldiers. If I... Wait, did I say that before? I think I did. This should be enough. Let's see. Alright, that's enough. Notice how when I'm doing the Hulk jumps, I'm also spamming attacks. That's because each attack boosts you forward a bit. The drawback of this is that it's harder to steal Venom in the air. So unless you're doing precise jumps, do that every time you can. Oh, now the shield, Hell Carrier, I don't know what's it called. Now it shoots missiles at you because it wants to take you down. I'm getting close to the destination and I didn't kill enough people. Can please be enough. Alright. Now I can perform 5 attacks in a row. Or in a combo. Now I'll do the final race for the run. Just swing castle to the first checkpoint. Double jump. Now you only want to do one web zip because if you're doing another one it will cancel all your forward momentum for some reason. Alright, ultimate medal. I think I only got ultimate medals, which is the highest ranking. Anyways, after this, after the final race you need to do, you will receive a message that Johnny Storm is waiting for you for a rematch. And I think that's a clever design by the game designers. That they make sure that you don't miss the fact that you can race Johnny Storm. After every rematch, you unlock another set of races with higher difficulty, and you unlock the next swing speed. Which personally, I don't feel that much of a difference between the different swing speeds, but it's there. Okay, turns out this is just a crazy driver, it's not a gang. So I just need to destroy it. I don't need to dodge any bullets. Alright, this is the ultimate version of the Green Goblin. By the way, the Marvel comics have different universes. This is the Ultimate Universe from around 2000.
You big
Uh,
dick.
once again, in this chase, all you do is you chase him, try to stay close as much as you can, and dodge his fireballs.
Hot one.
Yeah, this chase is pretty straightforward.
Come on.
So, any questions so far? While you can still ask.
Thanks, but I had a fireball for lunch.
Alright, the chase is over. Now the goblin caused some damage in the city and I need to save the people.
What's going on? Why is he doing this?
If I'm quick enough, I'll skip the next fireballs. Okay, I at least skipped one
Everyone out of the pool.
out of two. Just like Rhino, you need to wait for him to cool down. If you take damage from him,
Getting
he
irritated.
will laugh at you and the cycle will be longer. Now, I'm taking damage on purpose. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wall bounces. Okay, I got the
Green right off you.
extended stack glitch. This allowed me to keep the damage I stacked from the previous combo into the next combo. Usually after the first combo your damage is reset is just reset. See? Alright, 2 cycles in the first phase. This is the half cycle. I managed to hit him before he sets on fire.
Fist bone's connected to the base bone.
So the reason I call it a half cycle is because I don't need to get through the waiting for him to attack me, waiting for him to cool down, and then I can hit him. Instead, I can immediately just hit him.
Is your head thicker than it used to
Let's
be?
see. Okay, 5.5 cycles. 4.5 cycles. I'm sorry. That's pretty good. In theory, it's possible to finish the fight in 3.5 cycles. So far, the lowest I've seen is 4 cycles
Yeah, be dying.
without a half cycle. Alright, done with this fight. Let's see how many tokens do I have. 16. I need another one. Alright, now I have 17 tokens, which is all I need for the story. Now it's time to wait for the city events to appear. There's one. Alright, this one is holding his bag.
Thank you.
Even if you bring back the bag, you still need to beat down the criminals. Get over here. Alright, done with all the city goals. From now on, it's just the story. Alright, now I'm Venom, I'm chasing. Now Beetle is luring me into a trap. He waits for me at each spot and I need to get close to him to make him keep moving. Alright, that was a weird wall climb, if anyone noticed. Let's see if I can hit him. 1, 2. Not ideal. I wanted to do more jump attacks, but that's still okay. Jump attacks. 1 more hit, and I'm about to start the next phase. New, please. Alright, time for the next phase. I'll try to do something cool. I hope he doesn't destroy these objects. I gave a little spoiler for what's about to happen if I succeed. No, I try to grab it and then throw him in this phase. Never mind. So instead I just skip my jump attacks. Now, don't fall into the pits. They carry laser guns and they damage you, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, done with the fight. And by design, you already completed all the city goals you need, so the game is encouraging you to rush to the next story mission, which I think is a pretty clever design, if you ask me, because this is the final bit of the story. I'm preparing a death warp over the bridge. There aren't any tall buildings, so I had to make some preparations. Now I'm web zipping here. Let's see if I can get the swag. Oh boy, I went too far into the invisible wall. Okay, let's try again. See if I can. Yes!
Glub. Did I just say glub?
Wait, why did it ask me to? No! 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 I sublocked the game. Okay, I have a backup save file, so if you please let me, I'll just load it really quick. I'm sorry. What can I do? For some reason I got a message if I want to retry the mission, but I wasn't in any mission. Anyways, let's continue. Now I have to swing all the way back to Queens again. I tried to do the death warp again, though maybe I shouldn't. Not enough damage, not enough damage at all. Now I'm probably gonna take too much damage, but let's see. Okay, okay. Perfect. So I won't do the... I was too cocky. Alright, let's just Okay, finally. So now I'm fighting Silver Sable. She's grouped by her soldiers, but I want to keep them alive for a moment. That's because you'll see soon. Yeah, what I did is attacking one of her soldiers and then chaining the combo to her. And I failed to do that the second time. My goal was to damage her with stronger hits. You can only hit her twice before she gets her iframes on. Now I need to deal with those soldiers again. Can I just wall bounce? Never mind. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The fight between Peter and Silver Sable caused some trouble, so now they're working together to save the people.
I've been hired to capture you, not to kill innocent people. Aw, you're crazy with a heart of
Spidey doesn't have his web shooters now because she caught him off guard. Now I'm doing a risky jump, but I managed to do it.
How are you gonna do that?
Parker, lift the car and help me get these people out.
Now don't mash too hard, just put the arrow in the green area. If you mash too hard, the edge of this bar has a yellow pixel, I think. And since it's yellow and not green, Spidey will not lift the car. Now is another chase sequence.
Crazy silver hottie threatened my family. I should let Eddie eat her. He'd be doing me a favor. But then I'd feel guilty about that too, because clearly I don't have enough things to feel guilty about. So now here I am, trying to save the crazy woman. If my life were any more stupid, it would be on network TV.
Anyways, this chase, once again, is pretty straightforward. I will do some setups for some difficult jumps, because if I stay close to him all the time, there will be some jumps that will require me to go back. For example, this one, I could also web zip on the roof, but I can't steer Spidey when I web zip on foot. I'm staying here on purpose for this swing.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Oops. This may be problematic later in the fight. Hopefully, so I'll have to be careful from now on. I can't be too aggressive now. Here's a token down here. Just for fun fact. I know the location of almost all tokens. I learned it. I learned them for the 100% run that I did. Alright, the chase is about to be over and the fight is about to start. So what you do is you damage him, then you back off. Otherwise your Spidey sense will cause too much headache for Spidey. Venom throws cars, that's okay. Back off.
Ow! Stop it, Eddie! My head.
Alright, done with this fight. Now Spidey turns into Carnage, and now I'm fighting him as Venom. Now here's a cool trick found by Peter that commented here in the comments. I'm breaking his spine. I used to think that this trick is useless, but as you see, Carnage explodes like this, he bursts with tentacles, and the idea is that by breaking his spine, I'm able to skip one burst animation. The spine break itself doesn't deal that much damage, but it's useful to skip the burst animation. Alright, now he's heading to the next area. You want to open these doors as fast as you can because Carnage takes the opportunity to heal. No, this isn't the final boss, this is the boss before it. Venom, after this fight, Venom just he absorbs the Carnage suit and becomes perfect. As you see, Venom doesn't have his bat or Spidey symbol yet. In the final fight he will have it. Okay. Now it's about to enter the final room, but I'll try to squeeze a few hits before he enters it. That allows me to do an early kill, because Carnage is set to, once he takes half health of damage, he runs away to regenerate, and since he now has below half health, he never does it. Let's see if this kills him. Oh man. Okay, the grab move killed him. Anyways, now the final boss. Time is on last hit. I took damage on purpose, so he immediately jumped to the helicopter. So what I'm doing is I'm just brute forcing him. I play very aggressively, just combo him as much as I can. When he roars, I'll try to run away. If he roars early, I just take the damage. If not, I can just escape. But I still took damage. Sometimes when I hit him, he gets stunned. Alright. That's not good, that means he will instantly punch me. Yeah, like that. If he doesn't attack me after the roar, that happens. And time. What's my time, by the way? I'm skipping the final cutscenes because they have this desync. Okay, let's see the in-game time. Oh, right, it's not the actual in-game time. So once you finish the story, you can unlock costumes and you can play as Venom. If I have time, I want to showcase something. It will take 5 minutes. Can I do it? Okay, so there's a false information online that says that you need to complete everything to unlock the black costume. As I said, you unlock them after the story, after completing enough city goals. And the misconception is that you need to beat all races, but in fact you only need to beat the races that give you medals. Johnny race doesn't give you medal, therefore you don't have to beat the Johnny races. but you need to beat the Johnny races to unlock the races in the first place. So the only race you don't need to do is the final Johnny race. So I will change the settings to nighttime. That's good. And I just wanna race him casually with the black suit.
Alright, this is the last time we're doing this.
Finally had enough?
You got enough web fluid for a lap around the entire island?
You got enough lighter fluid?
Wow, that was a lame comeback.
It's the altitude.
No comment, Shadow. No comment.
Ready, set, go!
Let's see if I can boost upwards. Yes, I can.
You make those turns better.
Casually, this race is considered hard. It's not. Even without boosts, the race is pretty easy. You just have to... The point in this race is that near the end of the race, Johnny becomes really fast. So what you need to do is gain advantage early in the race. Yeah, there's not much to say from here on, so I'll just let you hear the awesome music. By the way, I forgot the name of the composer, but he composed the music for Invader Zim.
Mr. Storm. Loser!
Completing the last genre race, you unlock one of the Peter Parker costumes. I don't remember which. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'll see you later with the race. And luckily I don't have to speak anymore because speaking English hurts my throat. Anyways, thank you all for watching. See you later. Don't die, which is my catchphrase.